growing up, they were like the coolest guys in the whole world. You know, they were like, that's who you wanted to meet. And oh my god! Oh my god! It's really fun!
They were sex symbols before they even knew anything about themselves. They had a label and a character to play for the world. And part of that was to be sexy. And they're just young teenage boys. When you're a young person, when you're a teenager and if you're not famous, you're trying to figure that out anyway.
The time that I spent with Haim, a good deal of it was talking about sex or how to get sex or, you know, again, we were 15 or I was 15 or 15, 16. And I talked about that with most people, but with Haim, it was very much a topic. It was something that he was really interested in. These are very fond memories, you know, Haim and I spending the day together. This kid who I was a kind of an idol and then became a friend, and we were just spending the day together. I think we even rode to the beach that day, like a big, you know, like a bike ride to the beach. We were hanging out in the hot tub, and he was like, so, like, do you do gay shit and stuff, you know? And I just thought he was messing with me. I mean, it doesn't seem like he was messing with me now. Like, it seemed like he was kind of feeling the waters out, you know? And I wasn't interested, you know? But he jerked off at the jet in the jacuzzi. I mean, I assume that he got the impression that I wasn't into having sex with men, you know? But I also think that, I also don't necessarily think that he was partial to men. I think he was partial to women, actually. Yeah, and I think that the men thing was, you know, now that I think of it in the context of what happened to him and his journey in that way, it makes a lot of sense. I think at the time I just thought he was a star and he was thinking about getting laid constantly. That's, I guess, what I thought.
The first time I met Corey, first day that I meet him, we decided to go to the beach and have our fathers meet and play football on the beach. It was a fantastic afternoon, very normal. I love the kid. Immediately, I loved the kid. Immediately, he grew on me. I was like, this is like the brother I always wanted. He's my age. We're both actors. We're both Jewish. We're both the same height. We're both named Corey. So, dads are in the other room. We're in the bedroom. We're having this conversation. He starts talking to me about sexual stuff. He starts getting changed out of his bathing suit, and he starts, like, masturbating himself. And I'm like, what are you doing? And he's like, let's mess around, man. I'm like, what? He's like, let's mess around. I said, with who? He's like, you and me. And I'm like, dude, I'm not gay. And he's like, I'm not gay either. And I'm like, well, you must be if you want to mess around with me, because I'm a dude. And he's like, no, it's normal. And I'm like, what do you mean it's normal? And he says, hey man, this is what all boys do. It's called the boys club, and we all do this. And I said, who told you that? And that's what he told me.
Okay, we're going to be talking about molestation throughout this. Okay, we're going to be talking about your abusers.
John Grissom.
All right. Next.
Alfie. John had come into my life towards the end of Lost Boys, the very, very end. My father said, look, I want, John to be your caretaker. He's going to be the guy that hangs out with you. And right away when John heard this, he pops up and he's like, hey buddy, how you doing? I'm going to be your best friend. We're going to do this together. I'm here to take care of you. I'm here to do your business. I'll drive you around wherever you need to go. I'm getting paid for it. Where do you want to go? Disneyland? I mean, that was the first thing he suggested me. And I was like, hell yeah, I want to go to Disneyland. Let's go. He would also take me out to nightclubs. And he'd take me out to the Comedy Store. And he's taking me to these places at 15 years old that a normal 15-year-old shouldn't be getting into, But that's why I thought he was great, because he's taking me to these places. Well, amongst that, he'd come back to the apartment with me, and we'd hang out, and we'd smoke joints together, and he was really funny, and he had a great personality, and he just seemed like one of the guys. And so one day, he goes, look at this. You see that suitcase right there? I said, yeah. He goes, what do you think's in it? Boom. there was this bag of sorted pills, and there's like 50 to 100 pills in there, and they're all sorts of different shapes and sizes and colors. And he's like, dude, those are Quaaludes. Those are 747s, lemons. They're like the bomb, man. That's what everybody wants. They don't even make them anymore. And I was like, great. What does that mean? You know, he's like, we got to try them. Well, Quaaludes did me in. And the more, you know, I'd just taken the Quaaludes, so the more kind of it's taking effect, the more I'm getting like really out of it. And he can see that I'm pretty out of it. So at a certain point, he puts his hand on my leg, like here. And I'm kind of like, that's weird, a little awkward, but I won't say anything. And he's like, is this okay? And I said, sure, I guess. And then before I knew it, he was moving that hand up my leg into my groin area. And I was like, oh, this is how this happens. And the only thought that went through my mind was, this is what Corey did. Maybe he's right. Maybe this is